Greetings, everyone. Rajee Narinesingh here, transgender activist, author, and actress. I appear on season 2 and 3 of the reality show Botched on the E! Network and on season 2 of the reality show I Am Jazz on the TLC network. So, another horrific shooting has happened. And it's happened in my own backyard. I live here in America in South Florida. And the other day, there was a horrible school shooting that happened in Parkland, Florida, which is about 27 miles away from me, like a half an hour car ride. So, not very far. The shooting was done by a Nicholas Cruz, age 19. He also attended the school in Parkland. And, at one time, I think there were some issues and he was actually expelled from school. But he had attended that school. Anyway, 17 people dead. Yes, 2 adults, 2 teachers, and 15 students. How many people have to die? Really, how many people have to die until we as Americans wake up? Now, of course, it's coming out that he has some mental illness. It's also just come out that there was some issues with the FBI not following through on a couple tips that they got on this person. People had called in saying that, he seemed a bit unstable and the stuff that he was saying, it didn't seem right. And so there was lack of follow through on the FBI's part. A number of things played into this happening. It was like a domino effect. Yes, we can all agree on that. But it's time for us to take another look at the issue of gun control in this country. Let's not get blindsided. Put it all on mental illness or all on the FBI. We need to look at gun control. How many incidents like this have to happen before people wake up, before our lawmakers wake up? I mean, we have, Sandy Hook's 20 children, 6 adults that were massacred. We have the Pulse nightclub, 50 people massacred, 491 that were hurt. There's Vegas, 58 people killed, 489 wounded. I mean, where does it end? When will this end? 4 bills have been presented to the Congress and the Senate. 4 bills to pass laws for stricter gun control. These bills wanted to basically have more of an extensive background check done on people that went to buy guns. Why wouldn't you vote for that? I don't understand. Why wouldn't you vote for that, especially after these horrible incidents have happened? I don't want to hear the bullshit about the Second Amendment. Please. Yes, this is not the wild, wild west anymore, okay? This is not the wild, wild west. I don't want to hear that bullshit. Of course people have a right to defend themselves. But there is no civilian that needs to have a machine gun. An automatic rifle, AR-15, AK-47, assault rifles. There's no civilian that needs that. Unless you are in war, unless you are in our military fighting a war, in battle, you would need something like that. This Second Amendment, and it's our rights of Americans. What about the rights of our children that were in school trying to get an education? What about their rights? Did they deserve to be slaughtered? You know, I'm going to tell you, I swear, and I know our lawmakers will deny it, they'll deny it, but I swear, I know how money can be very powerful. I know that. And I swear, if the N.R.A., the National Rifle Association of America, I can almost bet that they are in the pockets of a lot of these lawmakers. I swear. Because I just can't understand when you hear like 20 children slaughtered, 6 adults killed at Sandy Hooks. When you hear about the Pulse nightclub, 50 killed, 491 wounded. What person, whether you're Republican or Democratic or you are independent, what person would vote against stricter gun laws? Who wouldn't vote for that? To have more of an extensive background check done on people that want to go and buy guns, well, maybe it takes a few more days. I mean, really? I'm so mad. I want to take off my earrings, honey, and get the Vaseline out. Let me stop being silly. On a serious note, we need to wake up. We need to wake up. How many more children have to die before we wake up? And you know, when it's one thing when you see it and you know you have compassion and it's from a distance. It's another thing when it hits home. The energy has been so thick here in our town. It has been so, you could just feel it in the air, the sadness. It's hit home. I wonder if there was a mass shooting done at Congress or in the Senate, how many congressmen and senators would then vote for stricter gun laws when it hit home there? I wonder. Just thinking about that. Like, because, it's one thing when you see it from afar. It's another thing when it hits home, honey. When it hits home, it's a whole different story. So we all need to put ourselves in the places of these parents that sent their children off to school that day, and those kids did not return home. The futures that they didn't see. I mean, just all the lives lost. Those teachers that lost their lives, going to school and doing what they do and trying to nurture and teach our youth. And I'm sure they didn't think that would have been their last day. We need to wake up, people. This has to stop. Okay. I've done my venting now. I just had to give my opinion on this for all that it's worth. Take it from a transgender, multiracial, woman of color, trans activist, author, and actress, an American citizen. Take it from someone like me that has had a gun pointed at me twice in my life. Pointed right at my head. And it wasn't for self-defense. It was to dominate me. It was to scare me. It was to have control over me. Bullshit with the self-defense. A lot of people don't use the guns for that. Now, let me make the record clear. I want to say I do believe in the Second Amendment. People do have a right. Americans have a right to protect themselves. But to hell with these freaking automatic weapons. I mean, come on. We don't need that. And it needs to be stricter gun controls. It needs to be stricter gun control. We need to have the extensive background checks done. Love, peace, and blessings, everyone. And let's wake up.